Hi, this is Ed Chandler. I'd like to introduce you to one of the most well-rounded inductees in our ceremony today, Betsy Britton. While it may have violated child labor laws in the Lone Star State, Betsy got her start in radio at the tender age of 14. The fact that her father was part owner of the radio station was probably the only reason they both did not get into any trouble. What she did gain was valuable experience that was a foundation for a career in broadcasting that not only lasted over 40 years, but just might have been the inspiration for Ryder's Frequent Mover Miles program. Starting out in the Valley, her career took off in El Paso, Austin, Bryan College Station, and eventually San Antonio. While her skills as a writer and producer won her praise and accolades on the TV side early on, radio was her first love, and she always seemed to come back to it, despite slight detours in sales and management. I had the privilege of working with her at WOAI in San Antonio. Listeners loved her there, just as much as they did on KMIX, Kono, and KKYX in the Alamo City. She took advantage of her celebrity to assemble the masses for countless charities, like the Humane Society, the Texas Special Olympics, Leukemia Society of America, MDA, and the TAB, which have all recognized her for her service, her ability to create awareness, and raise a ton of money. None of this would have happened, of course, without her first big break on the air, one even she did not know she had, until the program director at KBFM in McAllen handed her the weekend schedule to type, and her name just happened to be on it. Betsy is quick to point out none of this would have been possible without her loyal fans from her earliest days at KELT to KTEX in McAllen, her morning stint at KVET, and her time in Aggie Land at WTAW and KORA. But it's the ones that actually took the time to write that she cherished the most, and does still to this day. She's a great lady, and I know she'd love to meet you too. Today she's with her friends, family, former co-workers, and possibly a pen pal or two. Today we recognize the very talented and lovely Betsy Britton, a 2015 inductee to the Texas Radio Hall of Fame.
I want to thank Ed Chandler for making me sound so good. Loved working with Ed. Jerry King's here. I'm so glad you're here. I think somebody said John Hyatt's here. He fired me. No, I'm just kidding. I want to recognize my daughter and two of my three granddaughters that are here today, and I'm so glad that y'all are here. I didn't intentionally get into radio, but my dad had this belief that if you could walk, you had to work, and you didn't get paychecks. And I kept asking, why are these other people getting paid? And he said, you are. You get a roof over your head and 3 squares a day. Well, that's how I ended up in radio as a receptionist. And I want to accept this award on behalf of all the people that don't go recognized, like the receptionists who answer 500 phone calls a day from people wanting to hear puppy love, and running interference between the groupies and the disc jockeys, and typing sales reports and all of that. And for the copywriters, those of us that worked and had the salespeople come in at 4:30 in the afternoon with a line scribbled on a cocktail napkin, Chris Julian, and would say, I need a 60-second hard sell by tomorrow, and you made it happen. And for the traffic people, and I mean commercial traffic, that we didn't have computers back then. We did it all by hand, and we managed to still get all the commercials, even if they wanted the first spot to run every other Tuesday, except if it's followed by a Monday after a full moon, and then run spot number 2 and rotate them equally. So there's some traffic people here. And then the next day you'd take the log, and the disc jockeys had to write exact times on the logs, like the spot ran at 1:20:16. And those were necessary because we had to sign affidavits. And then we had to make it good so everybody got paid. And for the salespeople that had to fill out sales reports every day, and for the sales managers, and for the, what the heck else did I do? The program directors that hired weekenders that didn't want to work on weekends, and that had disc jockeys that had 18 grandmothers die in 1 month. You know, everybody worked together, and I was so blessed to have worked in radio when it was a family when it was good old fun from the 60s to the deregulation. It really was fun, and I am so blessed. I've worked with so many great people, and I want to thank the Texas Hall of Fame for honoring me with this. Thank you.